finance, how to raise financially literate kids. Again, from piggy bank to dividends, how to raise financially literate kids. And somebody here might say, oh, but I don't have kids. You may say, I'm not yet married. And I actually say, very good, that I'm glad you are here. For the majority of us, myself included, we learned financial literacy when it was very late. The good thing is that it's never too late to learn, but it was late for the majority of us. If I knew what I know now when I was a teenager, my life would not be what it is today. But I'm glad that somewhere between then and now, I learned about financial literacy. And it has revolutionized my own life. And my life will never be the same. You've heard many people talk about becoming a millionaire, right? And what I believe is that a millionaire is not one who has $1 million in their bank account. That is not how we measure wealth. The question is, do you have the mindset? Do you have the mindset that can create $1 million? Should you wake up in the morning tomorrow and find your $1 million gone, if you have, as long as you are alive, are you able to create or to build more wealth? That is the key factor. Do you have the millionaire mindset? And that's the goal of Kingdom Financial Institute. Our goal is to create a wealth mindset. And I want to encourage everybody who's here to write notes. And where possible, please write notes in the chat as well to help others. This is what we do. So you can write your own personal notes, but we also encourage others, 1 or 2 people, to write notes in the chat. And what we are saying is that in Kingdom Financial Institute, our goal is not simply to have money in the bank, but the goal is to create a mindset that creates wealth. A mindset. And we are saying that in order to create a mindset that creates wealth, there are things that we have to learn. And for the majority of us, we do not learn those things when we are younger. And for some of us, we are actually learning right now in our adulthood. Nobody in our genealogy, nobody in our family history was wealthy, right? And we will define wealth sometime, because wealth is relative. But what we're saying here is, we at Kingdom Financial Institute, our goal is to create and to instill mindsets that are able to create generational wealth, which is wealth that affects the first generation, the second generation, and the third generation at a minimum. And we teach three pillars here, which is how to build wealth, how to preserve wealth, and how to pass that wealth to the next generation. Because the majority of us, to be honest with you, we are hard workers. We work so hard to get the wealth that we have or the money that we have. We work very hard. But I've never seen anybody who works hard only, who can build wealth by working hard only. While working hard is good, we need to learn more about, number two, how to work smart. But number three, how to make money work for us. Again, I want to tell you that for the majority of us, we were told that in order for you to have money, you need to go to school, you need to work hard at school, you need to pass your grades, and then you need to find a job, and you need to work hard and not miss a day, and not even afford to go to have your teeth cleaned, or you have to stay at work every day of your life. And we applauded people that would stay at work. Ask me today, I'll tell you. If you ask me today, I'll tell you that is the craziest thing ever. Imagine the mindset that believes that you are applauded for dying at the job. You heard about the Wells Fargo employee. Google it if you have not heard about it. A Wells Fargo employee who died at work, and nobody knew that that person was dead for a couple of days. And we applaud that. And we encourage people that, hey, if you can work so hard and not miss a day, even when you are sick, go to work, and encouraging people to die at the job. And know why? That's exactly what the system that was created to do. It was created to benefit the employer, not the employee. It was created to benefit those that have the means of production, not those that produce, the workers, the employees. We were told that you work every day from 9 to 5. And then you go home when the businesses are closed and work Monday to Friday. So the question is, when do you do life, your own life? They expect us to be at work every day. So the question is, when do we do our own lives? That's why anybody who has understood this, I'm so passionate about this, because we have to know the systems that build the current world that we live in. So part of financial literacy, we said, is educating our children, empowering them with financial literacy at an early age, so that they don't become like us, who learned about it later in life. So you are here at the right place at the right time. We have to understand and apply these principles so that our children may be blessed. So financial literacy is a life skill. It's a life skill that every person, every child must learn. It sets children up for long-term success. You see, one of the most fundamental concepts that parents can teach their children is the power of what we call the compound interest. The power of compound interest. There are adults today who don't even know what it is. I don't blame you. I didn't know what it was. Some of these things we learned in school, interest, but it was never for empowerment. Right. While it may seem like an advanced idea, compound interest is a powerful tool which can be understood by everybody and applied by everybody. And when understood and applied early, can dramatically change the trajectory of every child's future, or every child's financial future, or every person's financial future. So today, the goal is to understand this thing so that we can teach it to our children and our nephews and our nieces, so they also can be empowered. Again, I implore you, if you know somebody who should know this, please do them a favor. Send that invitation right now. Send it, just send it. So, if there are two people, one who teaches their children financial literacy and the other who doesn't, the difference is light and day in life. We all are millionaires. Did you know that? You are a millionaire. You are a millionaire. You just don't know it. And you can ask me, what do you mean I am a millionaire? You are a millionaire. And we a couple of months ago, I think I asked you to do the calculations that start from the time you started earning and add up all the money that you received, and the money that you will receive from today until you die. If you add it up, for the majority of us, we have already earned millions. But the challenge is that the millions come in trickles, in paychecks. Right. So the idea is that it's not very much important how much you earn, but how much you keep. We all earn, but the question is, how much of the amount of money that you earn are you able to keep? But not only to keep, but do you realize that from every dollar that you get from wherever you are working, there are seeds in there. Money grows. Oh yes, money grows. So we have to teach our children these things, that every dollar is a seed. Every dollar is a seed that grows. That is the potential to grow exponentially. All right. Let's break it down. Let's explain compound interest. Compound interest, the concept of compound interest. may sound complicated, but it can be simplified for the young child, for the teenager to understand. And even for an adult who has never heard about it to understand. Compound interest, essentially, it is earning interest on your interest. Simple that. It's earning interest on the interest that you get. When you save money, either in a bank or in an investment account, which we call brokerage accounts, when you save money in a savings account, or you invest money in a brokerage account, not only do you make money on your original savings, which we call the principal, not only do you earn money from the principal that you have saved or invested, but you also earn money on the interest that has been added to your account over time. Is the idea that money grows, money makes babies, money makes fruits. Over time, did you know that compound interest is called one of the wonders of the world? There are people today who don't do anything. They wake up when they want to. They eat whatever they want to eat. They drive whatever they want to drive. They go wherever they want to go. And they are living on interest only. You can be one of those people. You can be one of those. But in order for compound interest to work for you, you've got to start early. And the earliest for you is today. Because today is the youngest that you will ever be. So if you lose today, you have lost a big deal, because you have already been losing if you have not been utilizing compound interest. And it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. That's why we're saying even our children, our kids, they actually need to start now. We can start them off now. And at Kingdom Financial Institute, we are saying that you need to start your children early. The smart ones start their children before they are born. Before they are born. If you have baby making instruments, you gotta start saving now. Because those babies are coming. You may not know when, but they are coming. And the wise ones start investing for their children before their children are in existence. The smart ones start saving for their grandchildren. You are going to be a grandmother. You are going to be a grandfather. It's just a matter of time. And we are saying, the Bible says, a righteous person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. Gone are the days when we, I'm going to say it. Gone are the days when we expect our children to take care of us in our old age. The Bible says while our children need to do that, but we also need to take care of them in our graves. Our biblical mandate our biblical responsibility of parenting is that we must parent and provide even from the grave. That's why the Bible says a righteous man, a righteous woman leaves an inheritance for their children's children. You are providing from your grave. Gone are the days when we look at our children as our retirement plan. Our children should not be. Yes, they are mandated by God to take care of their parents, but we are also mandated to take care of them. So it can't be just one way. Empower them to take care of you. We need to empower them to take care of us. So we have to ensure that we provide the first, second, and third generation by empowering them with knowledge about compound interest. That's one of the things that we need to teach them about. So what it means is that for younger children at the age of 6 to 10, you can compare compound interest to them. Compare compound interest to planting a tree. This is how you teach them, because they need to understand, right? Like, imagine you plant a tiny seed. Over time, the seed grows into a small sapling, a small plant, then into a bigger tree. One seed. And now, when it becomes a bigger tree, that one seed each year produces fruits. Not one, but several fruit. Now, if you take care of the tree and let it keep growing, it will produce more fruit year after year, after year, after year, after year. But guess what? You planted or you sowed one seed. The potential of that one seed is exponential. You cannot even calculate. That's why it is said that any fool can count the number of seeds in an apple. Any fool can count the number of seeds in an apple. But it takes wisdom to count the number of apples in one seed. Anybody who's able to do that, now they have wisdom. Understanding that if I'm holding a seed in my hand, if I'm holding a mango seed, if I'm holding an orange seed, I need to begin to understand I am holding a trillion, more than a trillion oranges in my hand. When you're holding a seed of one seed of a plant, one seed of maize, do you understand the potential that that seed has? If you plant that seed, it will produce a plant, one plant, and that plant can have 3 or 4 maize cobs with total of maybe 200 seeds. And if you plant those 200 seeds and you keep doing that, That is the same thing that we need to understand regarding money. Compound interest. That from one seed can come so much more if given the time to multiply year after year after year after year. The problem with the limited understanding of financial literacy is that when we don't understand the power of compound interest, we waste the little that we have. Every dollar is a seed. Please write that down. Every dollar is a seed. Every dollar is a seed. And that seed is the capacity to multiply and duplicate and triplicate and quadruplicate itself. Every dollar is a seed. Now, what you teach kids now is that, right? You have two choices. Choice number one is to work for money for the rest of your life, where you're exchanging your time for money for the rest of your life, right? But you also have choice number two, which is that you consider, you treat every dollar that you get, you treat it like a seed. So the second choice is now allowing the dollar to be a seed, working, allowing the money to work for you, to produce fruits. That shift of mindset is usually the difference between poor people and wealthy people. That is why when you go into the houses of poor people, there's money lying around. If you go in their cars, there's money lying around. Because they don't even understand that that dollar, that quarter, that pen, that is seated in the car or is seated under the couch. They don't understand that put in an investment account, that has the potential to grow and make more money. So we have to teach our children the power of the compound interest. I mean, anybody who teaches their child the power of compound, you've given them life. That's why you hear people saying, "Hey, this person here is so stingy," right? They're stingy. Why are they so? Because they believe that if somebody is wealthy, they should just give money around, and they should parade it. And what is the purpose of money? What is the purpose of a paycheck? The answer to that question is the difference between the poor people and wealthy people. The purpose of money. Because in the mind of a poor person who doesn't understand financial literacy, the purpose of money is to buy things. So that's why Coach Lucy asked you a question. If you get $1,000 extra, what do you do with it? The answer to that question reveals whether you understand the purpose of money. The purpose of money is not to buy things. If you believe in your heart that the purpose of money is to buy things, you will never be wealthy. You will die poor. Because you will always, there's always something to be bought. The purpose of money. Should you get money, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? The reason why we need to teach our children early is so that they build a habit. It becomes habitual for them to invest and make more money. The moment you begin to treat every dollar as a seed, because you realize that the purpose of money is the same as the purpose of a seed. The purpose of a seed is not to be consumed, is not to be fried. You don't fry seeds. The purpose of a seed is multiplication. God says to Adam and Eve, be fruitful and multiply. The purpose of a seed is multiplication. So God does not give you a harvest. God gives you a seed. And whenever you get a seed, you multiply it. How? By sowing it. What is sowing is putting it to use so that it can produce more babies. Like I said, the majority of us earn a lot of money, and we have earned a lot of money in the past. And if we had understood this principle and allow and put the money in brokerage accounts where money is multiplied, we would never be broke again. The question is, if you want to know, if you are applying this principle to your life right now, just ask your question or look around your house where you are right now and say, hey, what have I done with the money that I've earned in the past? And the evidence is in your closets and in under the bed where there are toys, expensive toys that are never used. Brand name clothing that are in the closet. How did we end there? Is because somebody told us a lie that the purpose of money is to buy things. So we have to instill this in our children. Say, hey, the purpose of money is not to buy things. Money, every dollar is a seed. When I discovered is this really legal? It sounds like illegal, but it's actually legal. Imagine that you can put money in an investment account, in a brokerage account, and it keeps multiplying over time. And you're not doing anything, you're not working, you're just sleeping, and it's making money over time. Some companies pay you monthly, some pay quarterly, some pay yearly, some pay by yearly, twice a year. And you ask, what have I done? Nothing. You just put that money in the account, and you've not done anything. Imagine that. You've done zero. Yet the money that you put there is growing. And yet you get dividends year after year, month after month. I mean, it's like I said, it feels illegal, but it is true. And you can begin today to teach your children to create what we call custodial accounts. Right, where you begin to invest for them, but with them, showing them how it is done, teaching them the power of compound interest, that you can take $1,000 and put it in an account and never add anything else. And in 20 years, you can be surprised of the amount that will be there without doing anything else, without lifting a finger. These principles are embedded in nature. Like I said, if you plant an orange today, an orange seed today, and nurture it, and it grows to be an adult orange tree, that orange tree will keep giving you oranges in hundreds of them, year after year after year after year after year. But you've only worked once. And I said there are orchards that my father planted in the 70s. And those trees are still producing today. That's the power of compound interest. It's for the long haul. It's for the long haul. We need to teach our children the power of compound interest. It will change their lives for forever. The power of the purpose of money is not to buy them $50 sneakers, $100 sneakers. That's the worst decision a parent can ever do to a child. $120 sneakers. And yet that child does not have a brokerage account. We don't buy our kids things, right? We buy them stock so that they can earn dividends. Never buy anything that is valuable but loses value. That's the worst decision a parent can ever do. We are not to become our children's friends. We are to be their parents. We teach them values, and one of those values is understanding the power of stewardship. And stewardship involves teaching our children compound interest at an early age. The idea that if you invest money and never take it for a long time, that money will create more money than the money that you invested without you lifting a finger. And the longer it stays there, the better. May God bless you. Come back again next week and the following week. We will be here for as long as we are alive. We'll be here. I am so passionate about this because I learned this too late. But I'm glad I learned. I'm redeeming the time, and I hope you are. Let's teach our children the power of compound interest. Over to you, Coach Lucy.
Thank you so much, Coach Isaac.